The illusion of reality. What if everything you see, hear, and touch isn't real? What if every object around you, this world you live in, is only a shadow of something more perfect, more eternal? This isn't science fiction. It's the central question that haunted one of history's greatest philosophers, Plato, a student of Socrates and teacher of Aristotle. He dared to ask, what is truly real? Plato's answer became one of the most influential ideas in Western thought, the theory of forms. A bold claim that everything in our world is only an imitation of a higher, unseen reality, a realm of perfect, eternal truths. This is the story of how Plato's vision reshaped philosophy, and why, in an age of illusion and information overload, it may matter more than ever. 1. The allegory of the cave. Plato begins his journey with one of the most haunting images in all philosophy, the allegory of the cave. Imagine people chained in a dark cavern from birth, facing a blank wall. Behind them burns a fire, and between the fire and the prisoners are objects and figures passing by. The prisoners see only shadows on the wall and believe those shadows are reality. Then, one prisoner breaks free. He climbs upward into the blinding sunlight and discovers the truth. The shadows were illusions. The real world exists outside the cave, vivid, complex, and filled with light. When he returns to tell the others, they mock him. They refuse to believe. They are comfortable in the darkness. This, Plato says, is the human condition. Most of us live chained by our senses, accepting appearances as truth. But the philosopher is the one who escapes the cave, turns toward the light, and seeks the reality behind the illusion. 2. The world of forms. So what lies beyond the cave? Plato called it the world of forms. In his view, everything in the physical world, every tree, every face, every emotion, is just an imperfect copy of a perfect, eternal form. There isn't just one beautiful object. There is the form of beauty itself. Every just act reflects the form of justice. Every circle we draw imitates the perfect circle, which exists only in the realm of ideas. Plato believed that true knowledge comes not from the senses, but from reason, from the intellect's ability to grasp these timeless truths. Our senses show us change and imperfection, but reason reveals what never changes. To him, the philosopher is someone who turns away from illusion, from shadow, and tries to see the unchanging forms that give structure and meaning to reality. 3. The form of the good. The ultimate reality. At the very top of Plato's hierarchy of truth stands the form of the good, the highest, most perfect of all forms. He compared it to the sun. Just as the sun gives light so that we can see, the good gives truth so that we can understand. All things, Plato said, participate in the good, just as all life depends on sunlight. The good is what makes justice just, beauty beautiful, and knowledge possible. In a sense, this was Plato's version of God, not a personal deity, but an eternal principle of perfection, the ultimate source of all truth and meaning. To live well, he taught, is to turn one's soul toward the light of the good, to see the world illuminated by reason and moral clarity. 4. The two worlds. For Plato, reality is divided into two worlds: the visible world, the one we see, filled with change, decay, and uncertainty; the intelligible world, the higher realm of forms, eternal and unchanging. Most people live entirely in the first world, guided by sensory experience and opinion. But philosophers strive to reach the second, where knowledge, not opinion, reigns. Plato's distinction reminds us that wisdom isn't just about collecting facts. It's about seeing through illusion, learning to distinguish what merely appears true from what is true. In today's world, flooded by misinformation, Plato's warning feels prophetic. We mistake the shadows of social media and perception for reality itself. But truth, he reminds us, is not in the flickering images. It's in the light that casts them. 5. The philosopher king. Plato didn't want to stop at theory. He believed philosophy should shape how we live, and even how we govern. In the Republic, he imagined a society ruled not by warriors or merchants, but by philosopher kings, leaders who had seen the forms and understood the good. Only those who have glimpsed true justice, he argued, can create just laws. Only those who understand the difference between shadows and truth can lead others out of ignorance. Plato's philosopher king isn't about power. It's about wisdom. He believed that most societies collapse because they're ruled by those chasing wealth, pleasure, or fame, the shadows of the real good. True leadership, Plato said, is moral vision, the courage to see the light and act upon it, even when others remain in darkness. 6. The legacy. From Christianity to the Matrix. Plato's influence didn't end in Athens. His vision shaped almost every era of Western thought. Early Christian philosophers like Augustine adopted his idea of eternal forms, interpreting them as ideas in the mind of God. Renaissance artists sought to capture ideal beauty, echoing Plato's belief that beauty points to divine perfection. And modern philosophers, from Kant to Whitehead, built their theories upon the foundation Plato laid. Even pop culture pays homage to his vision. When Neo escapes the digital illusion in the Matrix, he's living Plato's allegory of the cave. When science fiction asks whether we live in a simulation, it echoes Plato's question: how do we know what's real? Plato's cave is more than a metaphor. It's a mirror held up to every age, including our own. 7. The science connection. At first glance, Plato's world of forms seems mystical, out of place in an age of science and data. But look closer, and you'll see echoes of his thought even in modern physics and mathematics. Physicists describe reality as built from invisible laws and forces we can't directly perceive. Mathematicians rely on perfect geometric shapes, circles, triangles, numbers, that don't exist in nature, yet define it. In this sense, the world of forms survives in the very equations that describe reality. Plato might say, the forms never died. We just call them laws of nature now. And when neuroscientists suggest that perception is a construction of the mind, not a perfect reflection of the world, they echo Plato's cave once again. Our senses show us shadows, our minds must reconstruct the truth behind them. 8. Escaping the modern cave. Plato's message is not ancient, it's urgent. Today, our caves are digital. We scroll endlessly through shadows, filtered images, opinions, news loops, algorithms that reflect only what we already believe. Our chains are habits of thought and distraction. Our fire, the glow of the screens that show us a distorted version of reality. Plato's wisdom offers a way out. He tells us to question appearances, to seek understanding beyond the surface, to look directly into the light, even if it hurts at first. Escaping the cave isn't about rejecting the world, it's about seeing it clearly. It's about replacing passive consumption with conscious thought. 9. The critics and the challenge. Of course, Plato wasn't beyond criticism. His own student Aristotle challenged the idea of a separate world of forms. Aristotle argued that the essence of a thing exists within it, not in another dimension. Modern thinkers, too, see Plato's forms as poetic, not literal, a way of describing the patterns we recognize in the world, not some mystical other realm. But even if the forms aren't real in a physical sense, Plato's idea captures something profound about human experience. We can imagine perfection even when we've never seen it. We long for justice even in a world full of injustice. We recognize beauty even in imperfection. That longing, that pull toward the ideal, might be the modern echo of the ancient world of forms. 10. the modern meaning of Plato's vision. So what does Plato's philosophy mean for us today? In an age of constant change, Plato reminds us that truth and goodness still matter, and that they're not whatever we decide they are. They're real, objective, and timeless, even if we can only glimpse them through the fog of daily life. Plato's world of forms isn't about escaping reality. It's about understanding it. It's about realizing that behind every appearance lies a deeper pattern, a structure of meaning that gives life coherence. To live as a philosopher, in Plato's sense, is not to retreat from the world, but to engage with it more deeply. It's to search for what's true, even when it's uncomfortable. It's to let reason and goodness, not passion and pleasure, be your guiding light. The light beyond the shadows. In the end, Plato's message is both simple and eternal. We live in a world of shadows. But shadows point to something real, something beyond. Every time you seek truth instead of gossip, wisdom instead of noise, meaning instead of distraction, you're taking a step out of the cave. Every act of self-reflection, every pursuit of justice or beauty, is a small awakening toward the world of forms. We may never see perfect truth, but the search for it is what makes us human. And as long as we keep turning toward the light, Plato would say, we are already on the path to the good, the eternal source of everything that is true, beautiful, and real. Join us on a journey through the ages, where every question becomes an opportunity to discover. Subscribe now and start exploring life's greatest questions with us.